20% of new businesses fail in the first 2 years while being open, and 45% in the first 5 years, and 65% in the first 10 years. Listen, the road to entrepreneurship does not have to be challenging, but we're making these simple mistakes and thinking that we need more clients to make more money so that we are on this rat race. Well, today I have a great episode for you because I'm going to be sharing the top 10 costly mistakes that I see entrepreneurs making daily, especially kingdom entrepreneurs. Well, what's up, CEOs and entrepreneurs? Welcome back to another episode of the Angelica Prather Show. I am your host, your go-to income strategist and pricing specialist, and my ultimate goal is to help you streamline your faith and your business with practical financial strategies to help you win in the area of your business, because we want to build and sustain our businesses. If that sounds like your jam and what you're up for, then definitely hit that subscribe button to never miss an episode. Okay, so let's get right into this. Today, my lesson is gleaning from years of experience as an entrepreneur and also from the pricing strategist perspective. So the first one is working with any client instead of having a disqualification process. This is one I stress to any client I have the privilege of working with, because when I ask them, who are your ideal clients and who are the clients you do not want to work with, or what is the service you don't want to offer, they'll know exactly what clients or what services they don't want to do any longer, but they don't have a qualifying process for their clients and they don't have a disqualifying process. So here's a way to fix that. You want to clearly establish what is the process to ensure it aligns with the business values and the capability. So what does that look like in real time? Well, when I was a hairstylist, my process was, if someone called, because clients were able to call me, clients were able to find me online, what was the next process? A consultation. From the consultation, there was a pre-qualified questions that I would ask. And if I was doing it in person, I also asked the same exact questions. Depending on what the answers were, and also if it was a good fit and I was able to service them, it made the process very easier. Then they can move into being serviced. And a lot of people, because they're desperate for money or they have this kind of poverty mentality when it comes to being a business owner, that's not kingdom. That's operating out of a scarcity mindset. You have to be willing to disqualify clients who don't align with the vision, the brand. You do yourself a disservice. And why do you do yourself a disservice? Is because you're serving someone who you know is not going to get the best results, or you're not going to be able to do your best work because you're operating from a scarcity mentality and you're operating from, let me just take this money. We serve an abundant God. We have to keep our hands open. And that means if somebody's not a good fit, that means release them. CEOs, are you tired of doing business alone without God present? Do you desire to build a prosperous business? Well, if you're ready to elevate your business with unwavering faith and powerful financial strategies, then I have a special gift for you. My free new ebook, Faith and Finance, Merging Business Strategies and Biblical Principles. It's your roadmap to financial wisdom, tithing for success, God-inspired investment, and kingdom generosity, and so much more. This isn't just information, it's an investment in your future. Imagine your business where every decision, every move is guided by your faith. We know that doing business without God is a wrap. It's exhausting and it's unnecessary. His desire for us is to prosper heaven on earth. The ROI that you'll get is a thriving, blessed business and become an authority builder, leading with wisdom in every aspect in your life. So click the link down below to download your free version, and let's embark on this transformational journey together. Now let's get back to this episode. So I always like to say, I don't think I'm a great fit. I understand what it is that you're asking for. And this could be pricing. It's not always about pricing. It could just be that what they're requesting, my services won't align with what they're asking for. Okay, so you need a disqualifying process. And the best way to do that is by Clearly having qualifying questions. And if they answer these questions incorrectly, or you're not clear as a service provider, it's time for you to release them. So you want to create a checklist of red flags, right? To assess if the potential clients, it's a mutual benefit. Think about it. Your clients that are coming into your business, it is mutual. It's not a one-way street. They're paying their hard-earned money to get a service, and then you're matching with your expertise. You're matching with the quality of customer service. If they are not getting that, it's not a mutual beneficial relationship. Release them. Don't service them. I promise every no, there's a yes around the corner. And it brings me to this particular point, ignoring customer feedback. A lot of times we're so looking for new clients. The clients that we currently serving, how do we optimize that by making our services better and greater? This is one that I like to lean on. The clients that I'm currently serving, they are the ones that I need to be truly focused on. When you focus on clients that value your business, you get their feedback, because those are the clients that will be there, number one, for the long run, but also they're in your business to tell you what you're lacking, okay? So the easy way to fix this is by conducting surveys. You can do this to online reviews. You can actually ask them qualifying questions every single time and say, hey, where can we improve? What are some of the great things that we're doing, and what are some of the things that we're not excelling at that you would like to receive? When you get this feedback, it builds a deeper relationship with your clients, because not only are you just servicing them, you care about what they have to say. And if you are a service provider and you don't want to understand what your clients think, then 9 times out of 10, you're in the business for the wrong reasons. And if that's the case, you need to be out of business. So keep it all the way real with you, okay? Yes. So point number 2 is ignoring the financial management. This is my ultimate favorite, but it's the one area that when I ask clients, what are your numbers? What does your business really look like? How much are you generating? They're like, I have to ask my accountant. What is the net profit that you're bringing in? What are your business expenses? They don't know the number off the top of their head. And I cannot stress this enough. If you are in business, you don't have to be great at everything, but this particular area, until you are able to push this off to like a right-hand person, you need to wear the CEO, the CFO hat, and the COO hat until you have a great team. And depending on where you are in your entrepreneurship journey, as I said before, the first 10 years, this is usually why companies go under, is because they lack the financial management. So obviously you want to partner with a skilled accountant, but all accountants aren't created equal. So there are a difference between having a CPA and having a tax strategist. I learned from partnering with a tax strategist, and it's a big difference from hiring just a general accountant. They are completely different. So you want to make sure that when you are interviewing to look for an accountant, that your accountant is actually thinking about the future of your company, not just doing your books or doing your bookkeeping or anything like that. So of course, you want to make sure that you have a good accounting software so that you can keep a good eye on it. I'm sure you heard of celebrities that's like, I haven't paid my taxes in years. Why? Because they ignored this particular part, and that's the financial management. So you want to make sure that you're reviewing your expenses regularly, financial statements regularly. I believe that monthly, at the very least, you should be having a date with your money. And I like to call this date your yummy money date. I do it with my husband. I do it with my clients. And it creates a habit. And depending on how your funds come in, if it's once a week, all of your credit card statements come in, then do it once a week, right? So that's where you really want to be focusing. And also when you don't focus on this is where you're not prepared, because every business goes through ebbs and flows. And I can tell you firsthand, and from dealing with so many other CEOs and entrepreneurs, they're not prepared for what I like to call the God only knows day. And so think about not saving for a rainy day. We save in our personal finance, but do we save in our business? Your business should always have what Warren Buffett calls it, runway money. What does that mean? A portion of your income should be going to this runway funds that if God forbid something happens, the God only knows fund, then you will have enough money to pay your salary for at least a year, all of your business expenses for at least a year. And I like to take it a step further. Every year you're in business, you should be able to put away a certain amount for your God's only know funds. And if you have employees, it is your responsibility and your mandate to be very strategic with how you handle the resources that God has given you so that if something happens, you are able to pay the people who actually steward their time into the business. That helps you reach the level of success because everybody on your team is a part of the vision that God has given you. So you have a responsibility to actually save. Think about Joseph. This one was very clear. Pharaoh appointed him so that he could prepare for the famine. So think about your business. You got 7 years in prosperity, and then there will come a day where it's not going to be popping. So you should always be thinking about, my business is not going to always be generating this amount of money. So I need to always be prepared. And this does not come from a scarcity mindset. This comes from planning, right? It says our people will perish for the lack of knowledge. You know now. Start operating your finances in this particular way. So financial management is a necessity. It's not optional. It's a necessity, okay? So you can establish your business savings account. I like to have a minimum of 4 accounts. So you have your business savings account, you have your business operating account, which is where all the money funnels through. You also have a separate tax account, and then you have your personal account. This is where your taxes are being held so that every single month or every single quarter when you're paying your quarterly taxes, you are ahead of the game. And I do that in so many different ways to help my clients see their finances and tell them where to go. Okay? So it brings me to point number 3, and that's neglecting your profit margins and analyzing your products and services. This is one that I cannot stress, but when you don't pick the proper pricing strategy, you find yourself obviously cutting your profitability. And a lot of business owners do not understand what pricing strategy should be in place because they haven't done market research. They're undercharging because they're just excited to get clients, and they set their prices that reflects what other people are doing instead of what truly reflects the value the clients are receiving. And so what I like to do with my clients, and I'm going to advise you, is to, number 1, watch all of the videos that I have on pricing, because I have a whole playlist for you and you will learn the different pricing strategies that are there. Then secondly, I want you to look at all of your business expenses and really tally up, am I really making a profit? That's the easiest, simple way. This is how much my business is generating, and this is how much my expenses are. But this is, you can, if you have an accounting firm that's doing this, you can easily pull these reports up. But if you're not, and you're like, I'm new in business, I really don't know what I'm doing, this is a great way. How much expenses do I have every single month, and how much am I making? Subtract it, and you'll see, am I really making a profit? Okay? And I find this to be a problem in so many businesses, which is why they partner with me to come in and look at their pricing strategy and to fix the problem. And before you know it, in just a few months, they are making a great amount of money. They have changed how they're operating their business, changed what type of clients they're attracting, because I believe you can attract clients. You don't have to find them and hustle for them. And then we create a system that works, that aligns with your business needs and where you're going. And before you know it, it's a game changer. And most of my clients have seen a 50% rate increase in their revenue, and it's a game changer. So I love merging business and finances and biblical principles. And so my pricing structure is your profit plus your business expenses plus your personal expenses plus taxes equals your service fee. That's it. Okay. So let's go to number 5. Not having an all-in-one system. This is what I love, is to streamline your business. So you want to invest in integrating your business management software that centralizes your operations, your finance, customer relationship management. This is one that I love, and one that I mentioned earlier, but finding out what your customer feedback is. If you have a great system, you can collect all this data in one particular place. And the system that I have used that has been great for me is Dream Workflow. I run everything, several businesses off of this one particular platform, and this platform works for any business model. So if you're online or a brick and mortar, it can work for you. And it doesn't matter if you're real estate, you're attorney, accountant, you are a consultant, salon owner, agency owner, photographer, fitness, it does not matter. The key is to keep your overhead down. And when you keep your overhead low, especially in the early years, it is a great way to take a lean business model approach, and so that you can prioritize the essential expenses and it will also grow with you. So you want to keep your business expenses fixed, but most of all, this particular platform has everything in one place. And so what I mean everything in one place, if you have an e-commerce business, you want your website to be there, you want your courses to be there, you want to do reputation management, which is like sending out a mass email immediately after someone closes a sale. You can ask them what was their services, how did they experience your business. It can be connected to all of your social media platform, which is a game changer. So if you have social media platforms, listen, it makes everything in one place and all your media. You can make phone calls, email marketing. I can't stress you how this has made my business change dramatically. And even when I was in the salon business, I only used one software system to actually make my life an easier way. And it was one fee, and that was it. So it kept my business expenses low, but helped me to operate at a Fortune 500 company level. Okay. And the link is down below so that you guys can test it out and see if it works for you. So number 6 is the lack of an online presence. So creating a professional website and funnel is the key. And I'm going to explain to you, if you've never heard of these particular terms, especially a funnel, there's a big difference between the two. So remember that websites and funnels are companions, not competitors. The website is a general experience offering a variety of useful information for your business. And funnels are targeted and focused path to the business to send visitors through a capture lead or a drive to conversion. And think about a funnel is working your clients from this is what they want, this is what they're getting, and any price objections or any thought process, the FAQs, and move them right here. Your website is like your big grandiose house, and your funnel is your sales funnel. And there's so many different ways that you can use a funnel, but think about your funnel being your sales funnel, the sales cycle. So how do people move through your business, whether that's online or brick and mortar? So just think about that, okay? And it brings me to social media platforms. Are you hanging out where your future clients like to hang out? See, your profiles must speak to the ideal client. So you want brand consistency, your messaging to be the same. I'm not talking about colors and all that stuff, although that is important. That's your identity. But the messaging should be the same. So where are you hanging out? You don't need to be on every platform. You need to be on platforms where your clients hang out. I am on YouTube. Why? Because people come here for information. My clients are looking for community. They are looking for, I'm not making enough money in my entrepreneurship journey. I'm a Christian entrepreneur. I'm a woman in business. I'm looking for the solution. This is where I'm hanging out. And that is why I'm here. So you want to make sure that you're offering valuable content that showcase your products and services. So it doesn't matter if you're a brick and mortar store and you don't really have an online presence and you want to have people find your website or find your funnel, then Pinterest might be a great place because women are putting together outfits, right? Instagram might be your place or TikTok might be your place. I am in those places, but I diversify when I focus on one particular platform. And if LinkedIn is where your people hang out, then you want to make sure that you're focusing on where your clients are and not where you're comfortable. Okay. So it brings me to another point is neglecting marketing. You don't have to be everywhere. You don't need to be everywhere. You can have a small budget or have no budget, but you can put someone in place, right? So if you're hiring someone, they can be doing this. This could be your EA, right? Which is your executive assistant who is well knowledge in social media. And if you're using one particular software, they're able to use your all-in-one platform, create all of your content where they should be going, and then boom, you're done, right? So having a clear marketing strategy should be a part of it. And when you don't have a clear marketing plan, that's where you're just shooting at the darts, and that's why you feel like you're spinning your wheels or you're not attracting the type of clients that you desire. You also need a marketing strategy for offline. So you want to think about an offline business groups that can be BNI, that can be power chords, that can be authority builders. My community is one of the things that I have created for entrepreneurs. It's in a time investment, but it will gain relationship currency. And that goes beyond money. So you want to remember the statement, your network is connected to your net worth. And if you look at how Jesus and how everything that's the greatest entrepreneur in the world, if you think about it as an example, he had 12 people. And the reason why we know his name is because he's equipped 12 people. He invested in relationships. He stewarded them very well. And then look at the Christianity faith, look at the believer market. If you look at it from that set of lenses, it's a game changer. So follow the word of God. It's not gonna fail you, okay? And so it brings me to number 7, which is a failure to plan. And you need to have a comprehensive business plan. And that doesn't mean having 1,001 pages, but you want to have set short-term goals and set long-term goals. And then mapping out what strategies you're gonna focus on. And a lot of times we just quit something because we think it's not working. You need to give something at least 30, 90 days, or at least a year and say, okay, I'm going to steward this area and really see what are my measurements of success or my measurements of my ROI. Is my time being stewarded correctly, or am I just wasting money? So you want to think about that, because that is clarity when it comes to what am I really setting my focus on. And then number 8 is the lack of adaptability. This one, world is changing, business is changing, so you want to be able to embrace new technologies, new methodologies that can really benefit your business. Now, that doesn't go contrary to what I said earlier of like adapting everything, but you need to be able to be flexible. And so there are going to be things that you might have to shift towards, and you have to be quick to make a decision, hear your discernment from God and say, this is the area I need to take that route and move on, okay? And then my number 9 is hiring the wrong people out of season of desperation. I've done it. I've hired an assistant really quickly because I just needed one, instead of just really taking the time to ensure that the candidate or the employee that I was about to hire aligned with the company's culture, aligned with, they had the skill sets, not just they had the title, but could they be great? And the best time to really hire someone is when they're in the down season, okay? Because when they're not in the down season, when you're not in the down season, you have more time. When you're not in the down season, you don't have the time to actually properly train them. And especially if your systems are not in order. But when it's slow, you have the time to spend with them and to develop their skill set so that you're very clear on what it is that they should be doing and what they should not be doing, okay? So this is where you can partner with your relationships and say, hey, I'm hiring this particular people. Do you know anyone? This is where it's really great, where you can lean on your community because you're actually actively looking. If you have an email list, let your people that have been writing for you, they might be able to work in your business because they've experienced your business. So that's also another great way to steward great talent. Okay. And so my final and last point that I would love to stress is attaching your brand to anything. There are going to be tons of opportunity that's going to come your way. Be very strategic of who you align your name, your brand, your business to. I have gotten many opportunities to speak, and they were promoting things that I just did not align with. And it is an expensive mistake to clean up. You will hire somebody. I have hired someone out of desperation, so I thought, and they changed my brand and they made it very shiny. It was very pretty. However, my voice was lost and I lost the touch of touching people. So it was a lot of selling, a lot of over the pretty top. That's all great. However, if I don't touch the people, it does not matter. So be very strategic of who you align yourself with and make sure that you're praying about every decision before you just jump in to take the decision. Okay, so those are my top 10 mistakes, expensive mistakes that I see that entrepreneurs are making, and the ones that I've clearly worked with and I've done myself. So I'm not talking from the top of my head. I'm talking from a place of truly understanding. So now I want to hear from you. Which one of these mistakes have you encountered or you're currently encountering? You're like, I need to make a change, okay? Share your experience in the comments. It definitely will help someone for sure. So before you go, be sure to download your free copy of my Faith and Finance workbook from the description below, and definitely check out some of the other videos. So I know that this is going to be a longer video, but I know that this one is very helpful. I want to get you geared up for 2024 so that you can start moving your business into a place of alignment with God's strategy, okay? So remember, keep aiming high and keep believing in yourself, and your journey to success starts with one single step. And until next time, bye.